Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and you're welcome to the Shabbat of this morning. Our Parasha that we're studying this morning is Parashat Lech Lecha, which means go out by yourself. You see, the word to go out by yourself. I want us to understand that word perfectly well. You see, go out by yourself. Or I can say, you see, I can use another kind of title saying, what side are you? What side are you? Because we need to do what? To decide. You cannot put one leg here and put another leg here. No, it won't work. Remember, I always tell us every time that nothing is black and white. Nothing is black. It is people that tell you everything is either black or white. They're trying to fool you. But I can understand their mind. Because why do they say that things is black and white? Because they want to simplify it. They want to make things simple so that the layman, the man on the street, the man who is not educated can try to say, okay, you either choose the white or the black. But in real life, nothing is black and white. Nothing is black and white. There are the area that's called the gray areas. But in this case, the Lord is telling us you have a choice. You can either be on this side or be on this side. You cannot put one leg here and one leg here. It won't work. You see, Yeshua even said that if you are not cold or you are not hot, I will spit you out of my mouth. You are either cold or hot. You cannot be lukewarm. No. Yeshua gave us that understanding. You have to either hot or cold, not lukewarm. So the same idea here, the Holy One, blessed He, is telling us, say, go by yourself. So what is He telling us? To go by yourself. This is a personal choice. It is personal. It's not saying we. It's individual. It is you by yourself that you have to determine. You have to decide, say, okay, I'm going by myself. Right? And it is also a kind of a personal relationship. If you don't have a relationship with that person that is telling you to go, then I don't know you, right? But you have to have a relationship. See, it is that relationship that says, oh, I want to follow my friend. So you know what, guys, let us go to the beach party. I want to invite you to a beach party, right? Or I want to invite you for a celebration. I want to invite you to my wedding, for example, right? Okay, because you have a relationship with that person. I can't just go, I'm talking about in Canada, right? But in Africa, in my country where I belong to, you don't need invitation. So that is what I'm saying. Once the town, you know, it's a small town, right? Everybody knows everybody. So we are all interrelated. So when you see that, somebody say, I'm getting married. Oh man, you don't need invitation. 5,000 people will automatic. You know, the whole place will pack full. So it is like that. But here, nobody can just come on the street and say, I want to go to a wedding I don't know. No, you have to be invited, right? So it's a relationship. So you know that person, please, I'm extending my invitation to you to come to my wedding or to my party or to something that I'm doing, right? To a naming ceremony or something like that. So it is a relationship. So the same thing here, the Lord is granting an invitation to Avraham. And Avraham has to do what? Has to decide. Avraham can say, I'm not interested. Avraham can say, oh, I'm not going. Or he can say, I'm taking the invitation and I am going. So you as a person, you have to decide. You don't come and say, oh, my husband didn't allow me. That won't pass the court of God. You know, in the court, God has a court, eh? We have the Supreme Court. Not this one here, the Supreme Court of the heavens. If God could say, okay, Nathaniel, I'm calling you, and Nathaniel comes forward. And God say, what happened? We say, my husband. No. God will listen to that. You have to decide. It is you. So when God calls your husband, you have to decide. So it is like that. It's a personal choice. You say, oh, my son disturbed me. No. Or my mama disturbed me. No. Or my papa didn't allow me. No. It is a personal choice you have to make. 2 weeks each year, people are a little off the game, you know. 1 week, a person does not have enough time, and the next week, there's a lot of time for some people. This past Sunday, last Sunday, most Canadians changed their club, right? We have one more extra hour, one more extra hour to do, to sleep, So we gain one more extra hour of the day. In my family, my wife tried to be as systematic as possible. My wife will change all the clothes, all the cloth, the cloth in the house. She changed them. But as for me, I'm a different kind of a person. You know, I have my watch set sometimes 30 minutes ahead of time, or sometimes even 2 hours ahead of time, because I never know what Montreal traffic will throw at me when I'm going to work. So I always set my time 2 hours ahead. So my wife said, "Why are you going 2 hours ahead?" You don't understand, But you always go every time. Don't you see those traffic that want to go on the 40s? Symphony, everything is blocked. You never know what is going to happen. So I always set my time 2 hours ahead. So what am I saying here? What I'm saying here is this, that when we have a time, that we change. We change our time. Some have more time to sleep, while others, they set their time ahead in order for them to prepare for what is ahead. So we're going to see what does that have to do with our parasha of this morning. In this week Parashat Lech Lecha, we are more formally introduced to Avraham Avinu. That is Abraham the father, our father Abraham. We read about his birth. We read about his birth, about his marriage, and his early travel with his father Terach in last week Parasha Noach. If you read the entire Parasha, after his father died, Terach, Abraham continued carving his own path. After being commanded, Lech Lecha, go to the land of Canaan. Go by yourself. Go out, for this place is not conducive for you. For me to do what? To have a relationship with you, this place will contaminate that relationship. You cannot be a whole being, a holistic being in this land, because there is all kind of contamination in Haran. So you have to do what? Go out, and I'll take you to a place where me and you can have a privacy. Why do God? I don't know if you've ever even thought by yourself that why do God always take us into an exclusive area in our life when He wants to communicate with us? I don't know if you've thought about this many times. For God to communicate with you, God will take you out to an exclusive area, a place where you and Him can have a candid talk, like father and son, or father and daughter communication. Because if God begins to talk with you on the street of Montreal, there's too much noise. You will never concentrate. Not on the left, not on the right? Everywhere is noisy. But God will bring you to a place. And that sometimes, that place, I'm telling you, most of the time, I'm saying 99% of the time, those places, or that place, is not conducive. I'm telling you. That place that God will bring you out, it might use some kind of problem to pick you out. And say, I'm having this problem. But it's not a problem, it's an opportunity. God wants to have your 100% concentration. God wants to have your 100% attention, that you are listening to what I am saying. Look at all our fathers. It says, how can you live a fertile land and God is taking you to a desert? What are you going to do in the desert? There is no water, everything is hard, everything is completely hard. Everything is complete. You have thousands of animals. What water will your animal drink or succeed, or what plant are they going to eat? If your animal died, to us in those days, our animals are our lives. Because it is the animal that will take milk, meat, that will take clothes, because we use the skin of the animal for clothing. To do all those things is our animals. So if the animal, if they all died out in the desert, what are you going to do? You are empty, you are zero. So why do God always take us to that place? Because He needs our 100% attention. While you are busy hustling and bustling in the city, you cannot have attention for God. So God used a trick. He takes you out. He puts some kind of issue and say, no. If you look at it well, actually it's not a negative thing. It's a positive thing. You have to decide, what are you doing? Are you hearing the voice? Or do you want to close your ears and never hear the voice? But if you pay attention, the voice will come. You will hear it 100%. One situation in life or the other can come our ways, but those situations that comes our way, God is using that to do what? To drag us out of our busy schedule, of our busy life, of our 100% attention on materialism. But we want to put our attention now on spiritualism. Abraham is known as Ivri. What does it mean by the word Ivri? Meaning a Hebrew. That's what it means. The Hebrew. A description found in Genesis chapter 14, verse 13. The refuge or the refugee who escaped came and brought the news to Avraham the Hebrew. The refugee, the person that escaped from when Lot was captured by the five kings. The one that escaped came and told the news to Avraham Avinu. He came to tell the news to Abraham, the word, the Hebrew. He said, come, the five kings has come, they capture Lot, they capture everybody. What are you going to do? Your nephew is among the people that was captured. What am I trying to bring out here? The Midrash Rabbah, Parashat Lech Lecha, in Parashat 41, it said on the word Ivri, Veyaged L'Avraham HaIvri. Explain. Abraham was called Ivri. Why? Because he stood alone on the other side of the river, facing the whole world on the other side. Abraham alone was on the other side of the river, facing the whole world on the other side. Remember, I told us that the path of the father is the path of the descendant. The path of the father is the path of their descendant. Look at the picture. They call him Ivri, the Hebrew. Why? Because he was alone on one side. He was completely standing on one side. While the whole world was on the other side, with their idols, with their idolatry, with their iniquity, with their sin, with their all kinds of abomination, with their woke ideology, with their all kinds of that a man can become a woman, that a woman can become a man, that a child can become some. They are all on the other side, and you alone are on this side. They look at you as if you are mad. Say, why is he always on this side? He's alone. Why are you alone? Why can't you come and join us? We are all here. But you understand one thing that they do not understand. You see the light. They never saw or they never see the light. They are in darkness. They can never see. You understand what they do not understand. They think that, oh, they are enjoying. They think that everything is fantastic, everything is great. We are building something new. Why the Torah said there is nothing new under the sun. Everything is of old. Abraham alone was on the other side. Alone. Can you imagine a man facing 5 kings? Only one man. About 5 kingdoms want to fight against a man. So we need to understand this understanding. Torah is giving us this, say, you will always be alone. You can never mix with them. Even though we try our best, we want to mix with them, it will never work. Because your heart, your soul will never agree with their soul. It will never work. Because you are based on the moral. You have the understanding of the moral. You know what is bad from what is good. But they do not know what is bad. They know what is good, but they want to mash everything together into one pot and make it like a soup and give it unto you. But you say, no, I can never take this soup because there is poison in the soup. But they drink anything, they eat anything, they don't care. So Abraham is giving us this example. He's telling us that we as a person, we as his descendants, we as his children must always be on the other side, not with the people of the world. This is a kind of it symbolizes the crossing of the sea by his descendants, by the children of Israel. We crossed the sea of reeds, right? While the whole world, Egypt, Mizraim was on the other side, we crossed to the other side because we can never mix with them. We try our best. You see, many times people want to eat the intestine of the Egyptians, right? But God said, you cannot be with them. You are not them. You are not the same with them. You can never, oil and water will never mix. Why do you even try to make? I want to take their titles. I want to be the, what do you call it, grass. I want to be this. I want to be big people in their midst. But your genetic code is different. You will never mix with them. But those that try to mix with them, they always face the consequence at the end. The Talmud, when discussing Avraham HaIvri, Avraham the Hebrew, informed us that he was referred to as HaIvri, which means the one from the other side, for 3 reasons. And what are these 3 reasons that Avraham Avinu was referred to as HaIvri? He came from the other side. The Tigray and the Euphrates river is on the other side. The whole world is on this side. Number 2, he crossed over from the other side of the humanity. That means he has decided, you know what? This idolism, I'm done with it. This negativity, I'm done with it. This stupidity, I'm done with it. I understand. I see the light, and I'm coming to the side of the light. I'm going to stand firm on the side of the light. Why the other people say, oh, I continue with my God we read that in the book of Yeshayahu, right? Chapter 40 that we just read this morning. People, they make their idol with their hand, they fashion it with gold, with silver, with hammer, and they worship it. Abraham said, me, enough. I will no longer going to do this because I have seen the light. I'm going to stay on this side. The true God, the God of creation that created the heaven and the earth, the designer of all things, has communicated with me, and I'm hearing him perfectly well. Because I have seen his path. I begin to create a path for myself. Their forefathers' path was very difficult, was very hard. But they make that path for us, the children, to have a smooth path. Remember what I was saying in the morning? When a man moves on the path first, for the first person that moves on that path is hard. But the people that follow is much easier because the path is already made. There's no more issue, no problem. So the same thing here. Our forefather Abraham has already created or made that path. For us, it's descendant. So it is for us to be able to just follow, nothing else. Follow that path. Yeshua HaMashiach has created that path. Why worry? He said, I am with you. In the same book, in the Haftorah, Yeshayahu chapter 40 that we read, he said, I am with you. Do not be afraid. Fear not. Just, I am your God. I am your salvation. I will save you. Just follow that path. It's not hard. So, that is second. And finally, he said here that beyond Avraham Avinu absolute bitahon, that is his assurance in the Lord, Abraham was distinct among his fellow men through constantly displaying the quality of hesed, the qualities of kindness, which become the signature mark of Abraham's personality. The third reason is given by the Pesicta, Rabbah, Pesicta 33. He said, when Adonai saw that the entire world worshipped idolatry, and Abraham separated himself from them by not doing so, he called Avraham HaIvri. That appellation referred to the fact that Abraham took the opposite side regarding the pivotal issue, that of the rest of the world. Meaning, the rest of the world is on this side, and Avraham Avinu took the stand, said, I'm going to be on this side. I'm not going to follow them to worship their golden idols. I'm not going to follow them to worship their silver idol. I'm not going to follow them to do their stupidity. I'm not going to follow them to do their wokeism, the woke ideology. Now that if you don't do it, you're in trouble. Normally, because politics and the Torah is very intertwined, right? Look at what does, for example, just to give an example, the recently passed election in the United States. I don't want to mention any candidate's name, right? There is a candidate that is talking about the issue that is disturbing the people. The issue of immigration, the issue of putting food on the table for your family, the issue of work, where people can get a job so that you can sustain your family, right? And there is another candidate that is talking about abortion, that is talking about a man becoming a woman, by talking about the protection of minority, that is 0.0001% of the population who care about that. Right? People are worried how to put food on the table, how to pay their rent, how to pay their electricity. And you are there talking that, oh, number one is abortion. Right? Sometimes I wonder what they smoke in their cabinet. You know, the kind of weed or the kind of cocaine that they take in their cabinet. Because to me, it doesn't make sense. People need to survive before anything like abortion or anything like that. Right? The women's body. I don't have an issue with that. Of course, personally, for me, women have the right over their body. But you need to understand, before you have that right, somebody gave you that right. Because if your mama abort you, you won't be alive too. You need to think about that. No? If your mama that born you as a woman, say, okay, I need to, it is my right, I'm going to eliminate you. Will you come up and be saying, oh, it is my right? Nonsense. Right? We need to, we looked in from they are trying to sell you a material, or they're trying to sell you, let's remove religion or remove, faith here, but the message itself doesn't even make sense. Right? Selling you a market or a material that stink from the present on. So we as a children of God have to understand this. You will never be equal with them, because they are blindfold, or they especially blindfold themselves, or they don't want to see. Yeshua said, a man who doesn't want to see will not see. He doesn't want to see. No matter how you force him, he said, I don't want to see, I don't. Even though you open his eye like this, you open everything, tell him he doesn't want to see, he will never see. But those that want to see, they will see. Right? Because it is written down there, you can see it's clear. So this is what the Torah is telling us, that we as children of God, we must decide, are you going to follow this wokeism idea, right, that they call it something new, or are you going to stay with the old fashioned way? Remember, this old fashioned way is already tested, time tried, and it always passes. Or you want to go to something new that you don't even understand if you can succeed or not. Another Midrash in Shemot Rabbah 3:8 explained that Israel are called Hebrew, Ivri. Why? Because they are destined to cross the sea of reeds. Which means two things make Abraham special is this. Number one, he discovered God's light by himself. And secondly, the Ramban in Hakor Avodah Zarah 1:1-3 writes that Abraham understood that it was not enough to believe as an individual, that there must be a whole nation that believes. Abraham's strength in standing alone against the whole world, along with his project of establishing a nation which will worship Adonai, helped him succeed where others has failed. What am I saying here in this? This is what we want to say, that Abraham alone understands the light. He found the light and he followed that path to that light. Remember, I told us he has been traveling to Canaan many times. He wasn't a fool. He knows where he's going. Right? He saw the light. I said, why is this light? Why is this light? God said, you want to know the light? Yes. You want to understand the light? Yes. Pack your load. Pack everything. Follow me. I will explain to you. I will show you the understanding of this light. And he followed. And you understand another principle here. It is not you alone. It is not about you, but about your descendants. Because if God gave you the Torah, right? I take the Torah, hey, good, the Torah, here, good. And the Torah ends with you. What benefit? Zero benefit. There's no benefit. But the benefit of the Torah is for you to be able to hand it over to your descendants. So that they will hand it over to their own, they will hand it over until it reaches us, and from us to our own descendant, and until the return of the Messiah. That is the principle, and that's what makes Abraham succeed. Because other people, they've taken many people, many nations, they have the truth. No? Many people have the truth too, because the truth is written in our DNA. Thou shalt not kill every human being under the sun. You don't need the Torah to tell you that killing any other human being is wrong. You don't need that. You know by yourself, in your own conscience, that killing a human being is wrong, because it is written in your genetic code by God. So we understand this. You know that to steal is not good, right? You know that to take another person's property is not good. You don't need the Torah to tell you that. You know that to do a fraud is not good. You don't need the Torah to tell you that. All those negative things that we do, we don't need the Torah to tell us, because we know it is not good, right? So this is what I'm saying. The understanding here is for us as a person, is for us as a descendant of Abraham, to be able to give the Torah to our descendants. Many people, they get the Torah and they die with them. And if the Torah die with you, you have no benefit. Right? Because you need to impart the knowledge that you have upon your descendants. And that's why the Lord God said, go and reproduce. Right? So when you get your knowledge, you put it on your children. Your children put it on their, that is your faith. It is, remember, please, it is not a religion. Abraham has no religion. There is nowhere in the Torah you say, this is the religion of Abraham. No. Because Abraham, the father of faith. It is his faith in God. He has no religion. Right? It is his faith in God that there is this light that I want to follow. I know, I understand this is the truth, and this is the true God. I'm going to follow it. So, the same part here, I'm telling each and every one of us, please, go by yourself. It is an individual invitation. Don't hide under your children. Don't hide under your husband. Don't hide under your wife. Don't hide under your country. Don't hide, the government does not allow me, it's fake. You can decide. In the days of Daniel, the government banned worshiping God. Daniel said, me? No, I will follow God. Right? He said, if you worship God, if you worship the true God, I kill you. Nebuchadnezzar said, right? The king. Go to cast you into the fire. Daniel said, okay, you want to kill me, you kill me, but me, I will not depart from my God. So you cannot say, Trudeau said, do not worship God. So therefore, it is because of Trudeau. No. You can serve God by yourself. It is an individual invitation. I'm just giving an example. Trudeau never said don't serve God. It is an example. So don't hide under the shadow or the umbrella of anyone saying it's because of this person is disturbing me or doesn't allow me. No. Or my papa does. No. God is inviting you into his kingdom. What side are you? On the side of God or on the other side? Remember, we have the Torah of God and have the Torah of the other side. So which Torah do you believe in? Which one are you going to hold tight? And which one are you going to give unto your children? The ways of the father are the ways of their children. Abraham went down to Mizraim, and at the end, Israel ended up in Mizraim. It is a trace. Please, watch your life. See what you do, because your children, subconsciously, they follow that. Oh, how do you know that? Oh, of course, you don't have to tell them before they see what you are. If they don't speak, that doesn't mean that they don't see what you are doing. They follow what you do subconsciously. So when you do what is right, they follow it too. That is it. So things become easier for you. We see the path of our father and we follow the path of our father. Which side are we? Which side am I? Which side are you? It's a personal question that you have to answer individually. Me, I can't answer that for you. Neither can you answer that for me. Joshua said what? He said, I and my family will serve God. If everybody else in Israel does not serve God, as for me and my family, I remain firm to follow the path of God. Even though Joshua was telling the people, if you want to follow, he said, decide. You want to follow Elohim of Israel, or you want to follow Elohim of Mizraim? You want to follow the God of Israel, or you want to follow the God of Egypt? Decide. But for me and my people, and for me and my house, we serve God. So it is a personal decision that you have to make. Are you serving God or you are serving the God of Israel? It's two sides to decide. You cannot be on the two sides. Remember I told us you cannot put your neck here like this. No. It's either one side or on the other side. Parashat Lech Lecha. Shabbat shalom.